Welcome back. Let's go on with the lesson, and now we are going to look at mass. So the measuring tools that we are going to use to measure mass is a kitchen scale that is in grams, small quantities, up to 1 kilogram, sorry for that. A bathroom scale, you're going to use kilograms there, and you measure a person's weight. A flat electronic scale, that's kilograms, and you're going to measure bulky and big objects. And then a weigh bridge is in tons, where you use very large objects like trucks. Let's look at another example. Yanni weighs a can of jam and sees that each weighs 320 grams. What is the mass in kilograms of 5 cans of jam? Now, the weight is given to us in grams, but they want the answer in kilograms. So first, we will need to convert. Remember, if they want it in a different unit, always convert first. That is one of the biggest secrets. Now, seeing that there is 1,000 grams in a kilogram, we are going to take that 320 grams and divide it by 1,000, and then it's going to be 0.32 kilograms each. So then, to calculate the mass of the 5 cans, it's going to be 5 times 0.32, and then the total weight there is 1.6 kilograms. Kagiso must move 1.75 tons of soil. How many loads should he load if he can load 350 pounds of soil at a time? So he must move 1.75 tons, but he can only move 350 pounds at a time. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to take the pounds, the 350, and multiply it by 0.45, which gives us 157.5 kilograms. But now, again, that is showing us that we can move 157.5 kilograms at once, okay? And we need to move 1.75 tons. So the tons needs to be converted as well. Let's quickly convert tons. 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms. Okay, and he can move 1.75, so it's going to be 1.75 times 100. No, 1,000. Sorry for that. And that gives us 1,750 kilograms. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to say 1,750 divided by the amount that he can load at once. And then let's put it into our calculators. 1,750 kilograms divided by 157.5, and then you will find that it is 11.11 loads. So therefore, we are going to round it to 12. If we only took 11, it would have been overloading. Next up, let's look at BMI. Body mass index, or your BMI, is a measure of body fat based on height and weight that applies to adults, women and men. And then it's put into the following categories. If you are underweight, you will have a BMI of 18.5 or less. Normal weight will be 18.5 up to 24.9. Overweight is 25 to 29.9. And then if you are obese, it will be greater than 30. Then now, what is very important is when we calculate BMI, always double check your substitution into the formula. The formula will always be given in any case as well. Let's look at an example. But first, let's look at the formula. BMI is my mass in kilogram divided by my length squared. So it's your area. Can you believe it? Joan is 21 years old and she is 1.74 meters tall. She has a weight of 105 kilograms. Calculate her BMI. So, what is my BMI? BMI is my mass, 105, divided by the length square, 1,74 meters squared. And that is then going to be, if we put it into our calculators, it's going to be 34,64 kilograms per meter squared, meaning she is obese. Let's quickly look at what we've done. First, we substituted into the formula the mass. Then it's very important to remember to substitute your length in meters and then square it and then get the answer. So this shows us that Joan is 21 years old. She is 1.74 meters tall, has a weight of 105 kilograms, and she is obese. Now, if we look at James, let's quickly clear some space for us over here. James is 21 years old. He is 1.74 meters tall. He is an athlete and a bodybuilder and has a weight of 120 kilograms. Is he healthy? Okay, so now we know that BMI is one of the factors that we look at when we determine our health status. But James is a bodybuilder, meaning he has got a lot of muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat. But let's look at the BMI. So his BMI is going to be 120 divided by 1,74 squared. And then if we put that into our calculators, 120 divided by 1,74 squared is 39.64. Now this shows us that James, according to his BMI, is morbidly obese. But is he healthy? Yes, he is healthy. Why is his BMI so high? It is because he is an athlete and he is busy with bodybuilding, so he will weigh more, but that doesn't take away anything about his health. Now, the last section that we are going to look at is volume. We are here. So, volume and capacity are closely linked. Volume is measured in cubic units and capacity is in milliliters and liters. What is the difference between volume and capacity? Now, volume is the space that an object takes up, and then capacity is what he can hold. As with length and weight, we use different containers or instruments to measure the volume of different quantities of liquid or dry ingredients. Some examples are given below. It is measuring spoons or cups and a measuring jug. Then there's always a conversion table. 1 cup is roughly 250 milliliters, and then we will always compare cups with tablespoons, teaspoons, or milliliters. If we look at a question, an urn of boiling water in an office has a capacity of 30 liters. If it's filled to maximum capacity, calculate the number of cups that can be filled from it. So now, if we look at the conversion given to us, remember we know that 1 cup is 250 milliliters, but it is always important to work with what is given. At this moment, what is given is 1 cup is 238 milliliters. So, to compare apples with apples, or in this case boiling water, the capacity to cups, we will first go and take the liters, 30 liters times 1,000 to get it into milliliters. So that is then 30,000 milliliters that we need to divide into cups. So therefore, we are going to say 30,000 divided by 238. It's given there. Punch it into your calculator. And then you will see that it is 126,05. So it's 126 cups. We can't round it to 127 because then it will not be filled properly. And then the last example that we are going to look at, Ninkiwe goes hiking with her friends every Sunday morning. She always takes a bottle of water. She knows that the lid of the flask, which doubles as a cup, can hold 220 milliliters of water. If she can get 5.5 cups of water out of the flask, calculate the capacity of the flask in liters. So again, there is going to be a conversion, but nevertheless, let's quickly look at it. The 220 milliliters divided by 1,000 gives us the amount of liters. So it's 0.22 liters. And she knows that it can be filled 5.5 times. So then we're going to say, well, she can fill it for 5.5 times the 0.22, 5.5 times 0.22, and that is then 1.21 liters, meaning this flask can carry 1.21 liters of water. And that brings us at the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.